business. And sleep deprivation addressed. Should be able to finish the rest of the act here. Um, I thought I was gonna say something and I just can't remember. Right, I was going to go into thoughts about Destiny and how things are going like last time, but I was also just dead out of my mind. So that saving for the end of this one here. I don't imagine this is gonna be as long as yesterday because that one I was just surprised by the length of it, and a lot of it was just the game having me run around and do tasks and stuff. But also I did put a huge pause in the middle of the last one for shit happening, not stuff I really want to get into. But I don't imagine there's much left, so let's just go in, wrap up the last bits of the act here, and see what becomes of Drifter's poor, broken heart. Really, that's my main concern. Also, in light of how sleep deprived I was, I didn't realize that that scene where Eris awoke in that other place was her waking up in a throne world. I looked at that and in my head I thought, shit, there's a hive afterlife? That feels contradictory to it. Where does Sabathun live? But I get that now, so that makes me feel a lot better because I was genuinely kind of torn about Eris being dead and just actually in denial. I didn't think they would ever kill her off because she's one of the strongest, well played characters in the game, and getting rid of her feels uh, bold. It's very much a Cade move. Like, he was pretty much chosen to die because he was the only character people cared about at the time, and seems like Eris is very much the same. We all love her, and seeing her get stabbed was like a fucking knife to the heart for us as well. So effective, but there's hope that she can come back, and I'm hoping she does. But I would understand narratively if they let her go too. Destiny is kind of, I want to say they're setting up for a new era, maybe they're working their way into Destiny 3 if that ever is going to exist, or at least just setting the stage for what the face of Destiny will look like in the future in a post light dark, all that shit. Did not mean to do that, but whatever. Works that I'm here. But time will tell. Obviously, people have very mixed emotions about how Destiny is right now, and I fully get that. So for later, like I said, yeah, we still have the East. Good. Right. Stasis. Why not? All right. So the objective it had me on there was basically just do ritual activities to fill up that meter and stuff. Doing a strike got me over 50%, so just go do another one real quick and then carry on. I should, I'm not trying to take up the whole screen, but it works. Also, depending on how quick the rest of this is here, if I end up finishing this in the next 30-ish minutes, well, we got a strike on it, so 40-ish minutes, let's say. I don't know. Then I do want to review some of the stuff that was added in the game also. So I might like read some of the lore cards, see what they say. And I love when winter does this to my throat.
The Lucent Hive are targeting Guardians in this sector.
Track down our missing fire teams and target any Hive leadership you encounter.
Once you locate a Hive lieutenant, my scions will help you sever its connection to the Lucid Brood.
Caught my eye for a second there. And at some point, like my gamer tag was Tiger Toboggan, so that's funny. Zodiac sleds. This feels like a very weird weapon. I mean, it's an exotic, but like, I don't know. Great minds.
The Lucent Hive drain the light from our Guardians. It's horrible. Stop them before they do something worse.
My scions sense portal energies not commonly used by the Hive.
This could be why they were harvesting light.
Take up the Hive relics and rend their shields.
sounds being satisfying. Shit. Like,
Those second
Air
projections
Queen.
represent the Witch Queen's hold over her subject. Use the synaptic spear to sever her connection.
Hey, doing good. How are you, Jenny? Good to hear. Usually, like, I've been doing a lot of Black Myth Wukong. Um, right now, it's that, and then just like whatever coming out that like catches my eye. Uh, right now, it's Destiny, Warframe stuff, things like that.
I will send a retrieval team to collect the carcass, that we may display it on the bridge of my ship.
To what end? I find myself recalling the tones of the battlefield more than the revels of victory.
And yet you live.
I do. Is that alone a cause for celebration?
Where is the boastful Tuskbreaker that stood undaunted before the Halphus Electus, Come to my flagship, sit at my table, and I will show you what it means to celebrate victory.
That dialogue between them. Yeah. New York. This is ritual power. Like, what does it want me to do? Last time this was at like 46%. Now it's at 20. Problem is, I don't know what this thing wants really. I assume just do shit, get progress, but hmm. Oh, I said I was from New York, like the state, and he was like not New York City, but like north of it.
Eyes up. The Cabal have been holding off waves of Hive for weeks, but the situation may have deteriorated.
This is an important strategic position. It allows Keitel to establish a beachhead on Earth at the Hive's expense.
Letting them settle in would be a bad idea.
Go forth, Guardian. Cleanse this place.
He's so specific. ship remains undefeated. I think Graviton Lance is getting buffed too, which is even worse.
Cabal would risk everything for a chance at retribution against the Hive. So much rage, so much suffering.
You saw what the Hive did to the Elixni on the shore. That would push anyone to their limit.
The Red War proves that the Cabal have no limits.
Then let's give them some.
Oh, here we go. I didn't even know you could get those. Oh, that kind. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. There we go.
The Cabal will retreat without their commander. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said of the Hive.
That's another fight for another day. Impressively done, Guardian.
How I get that stress? It's like a nice little serotonin boost. Like, "Ugh, tell me I'm pretty. Help it all. All right. So it goes up by like 60% per strike or something. So am I meant to use like alternate charges then? Not sure, but I'm gonna sit through one more and then see if that gets it wrapped up or not. So it's gotta get that wrapped up then.
Guardian, we've received intel that Bracus Zahn is supplying
This shit
weapons
again.
to Shepard.
strength of this operation. Yes. Do you have further questions?
Right.
He just didn't even say
Let's
shit.
get them
Just
free.
he knew. He knew, and she still went for his throat anyway.
It seems this new Zahn has done some redecorating. Though I don't think I can call this an upgrade in terms of taste, but perhaps the cannons could be of use?
Another thing I miss is Ghost complaining about me picking up a fucking energy core with my hands. Builds character, I'd say. Just me. There we
Earlier,
go.
I informed the Empress we had already dealt with Zahn. Or at least I thought we had. But he's returned somehow.
Names hold power. It is not unlikely this new Zahn is a successor who has taken up the mantle.
Regardless, he must be stopped.
Thank you, Guardian. I've instructed the Scions to aid you. Free the others, and you will have a formidable team to face Brachus Zahn.
We'll take all the help we can get.
Thank you. Just eating something here, hold on. can't take that. I'm not gonna spawn, but okay. Is that a clam? Cookie Monster for a second, not gonna lie. But hi, back again, round 2. I know I just murdered you last night, I just kinda need to do it again. Could be that way. I'm... Bonjour. Fuck. Shit. Thank you.
There's an overcharged solar cell when you need one.
Taking you to see an optometrist as soon as we can. Hi. pressure. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Well fought, Guardian. We've cut another head off the
Okay.
proverbial Hydra.
Hydra have but
Now the
one
tone's
head.
changed.
Yes. Vex Hydra do. There's an old Earth mythological creature that... never mind.
You would do well to leave your hide site to better understand our enemies.
I'll do that.
One more strike, and that should probably be it. Right, round 57 to appease the Bungee Lords. Church.
You're in the thick, Guardian. Hive, taken. Pretty sure they know you're coming now. Then there's no time to waste.
There we go. Shit. Also, I'm thinking, given how, like, it's putting me through a grind-a-thon here, like, might as well just, like, fill in the space by just, like, talking here. I was trying to keep quiet at first, because, I didn't know how long this section was going to be, but it looks like it's going to take a while, so... That being said, I've been thinking... Like, how do I want to, like, put the whole, like, situation people are with Destiny right now? Because a lot of people are saying, like, oh, you know, game's dying, nobody's interested anymore, everybody's going to Warframe, which, by the way, if you haven't, go to Warframe. Amazing game, deserves all the attention that it's getting right now, and I hope that, like, Hype Train keeps up, especially since 1999 just came out. Like, peak game should be getting, like, swarmed with people right now, but I've been playing Destiny since, like, the beta for the first one. It has been a non-stop ride of, like, dead game. Oh, we're so back. Oh, it's Jover. Oh, we're Bungie's cooking again, and, like, that's how the state of the game just kind of is for me perpetually. Like, I've loved it since the beginning, but,
Coming in hot.
like, I'm so used to this game constantly going back and forth from like succeeding to being on its deathbed, and like some people will get into like the deeper analytics of like, you know, the player base numbers or, you know, executive decisions by Bungie, and there have been some decisions that really need to be like talked about, like fucking Peter what's his face and like laying off people to buy more cars. That shit, huge issue that like really should be addressed, and like that guy really needs to just be taken from his position, if I'm being honest. But from my perspective, I'm just a guy who just plays the game for like fun every now and then. I'm not genuinely somebody who like streams this game a lot, if ever really, but I am just getting into the streaming scene as it is. So as somebody who just plays the game for like shits and giggles because I like the fantasy of like, you know, being the space warrior guy traveling from planet to planet and you know, fighting aliens and shit to protect humanity or whatever the weekly like interstellar crisis is. I just like it for like, you know, just the fun factor and all. I miss out on a lot of shit like raids and stuff or like doing the high end competitive shit, but in the end, like I do just like, you know, just fucking around in the game mostly, just seeing what happens next or whatever for just, you know, I don't want to say a hobby. It's a little more lax than just like playing this game all the time. I jump from this game to Warframe to Black Myth Wukong to like just whatever I feel like playing in the moment, and I think that's why I've been able to avoid the burnout as much as maybe the rest of the community has, just because I've just been playing in bursts, really, whenever I felt like it, instead of like trying to keep up with it all the time. Obviously, I can't speak for everybody, but I think right now, because A, with the final shape, we've reached a good conclusion for the story. Like, we could have stopped right there, and I think everyone would have been fine. Plenty of unanswered questions, sure, but, like, would have been, like, other ways to, I don't know, fill in those gaps. You know, you totally see, like, you know, Destiny entering other forms of media and stuff. Like, TV, movies, what have you, for the rest of that. So, the game honestly could have ended at final shape and just had it end there. But, since it's continuing, it in a way feels like it's outstaying its welcome. It's a very much a MCU sort of situation where, like, you know, after Endgame, everything else feels like they're just trying to, like, you know, stick at that high they reached, but lightning doesn't strike twice like that. So it just kind of feels like, you know, why are you still here? The party ended like 3 hours ago. Get out. But Destiny, I feel like it's in a similar place where, like, you know, hey, we beat the darkness. What the fuck's going on? So I get the feeling, you know, just like, oh, you know, it's kind of like, whatever, why keep playing Destiny and stuff. And again, for me, mainly just the fun factor. Like, you know, I like fucking around with Prismatic or like, you know, trying out new toys, just going on like whatever little like adventure they cook up with the episodes and stuff, just for like, you know, a little bit of escape, I guess. Suppose we can call it that because yeah, it's just I just want to fucking like get away from being dude who works at a call center all day to like go punch an eldritch space horror in the face. So that's why like I'm still here and I'm not like, you know, doing a move away from it. Like I see a lot of people who were known for like being big Destiny people or like moving off to other stuff. Like Myling Games like posted a video about how he's just done with Destiny outright, only because he tried to like do other stuff, and his audience is like, "Why aren't you doing Destiny or whatever?" He got annoyed and just said he's gonna stop entirely, which totally fair and justified because I definitely don't want my stuff to be limited to like, oh, you have to do one fucking premise, even though like my whole shtick is in my name, where I want it to be the mythology guy. Like I still want to also shoot aliens and shit. So like, I say fuck it, why not? And I just do it. And if anyone were to complain to me that way, I would just say like, look, man, it's my content. I'm gonna do what I want at the end of the day. So totally spaced out. Like the fight there, I was just kind of like fighting on autopilot. But I totally understand like people who are getting tired of the game. I don't blame them for a second. If you want to stop playing, then by all means, like stop and stuff. I think what really gets me is like, again, I feel like for the past 10 years I've just been hearing people say like, "Oh, dead game. Wow, you still playing Destiny?" I'm like, yes, people do still like this game. Just let them fucking play it. They get off this one fucking like shtick that's been going on for Christ knows how long. And like it's that, which it's a minor thing really. People are just gonna say that. Everybody's just got like that one thing they're gonna be like, oh, dead game, or like, oh, why, what the fuck, who even likes this shit? So like that's whatever. The thing what really annoys me has been the whole like Warframe versus Destiny war that's been going on since like the games both started hitting their stride, or even before that, just like ever since they've been out, because it's the stupidest, most one-sided war that's ever been like held online. Because not Destiny, Warframe players will go into a frenzy if you even mention Destiny, but I cannot think of one Destiny player who said that it's better than Warframe, or really for the longest time, any Destiny players that, you know, have heard of Warframe and didn't think, oh, this looks just as cool, I want to play this too. Because, shocker, you can do both. One's totally free, so it's not an additional expense or nothing. It's just like, hey, I can play Destiny and this and just have me a good old time, which is what I've been doing. And hell, I've been paying for both, even, because Lord knows I wasn't gonna go and fucking grind for prime frames and shit for. Might change now because I'm a little more comfortable with the grind and shit. But how the fuck did I get over here? But I think that's what gets me, because we're seeing like Aztec Cross is been doing fuck ton of Warframe content lately, which again, been loving that, loving to see him play the game and all. But you know, it's like perpetuating the idea of like the war. You know, like, oh, Warframe's winning, Destiny's dying, dead game and stuff. Like, good, people are playing both. That's genuinely spectacular, and I want that to continue. But Jesus Christ, you don't only succeed by kicking others down. Just fucking. If Destiny's gonna die, let it die. I'll be playing this game until they shut the servers down and call it quits, because that's what I've been doing. When the game first came out and it was like barely like retaining a player base, I made a fucking point to log into the game every day and play for a bit, just to, I don't know, to some degree show like, hey, this fucker's here, this guy's invested, so like, for whatever little it meant. I just like the game, like, personally, like, even if the rest of the world just didn't give a damn, hey, whatever, I was having fun. Same goes for now. Like, if you like Destiny, then don't get, like, swept up in the idea that like people are abandoning it or whatever. Even if they are, then fine. That'll be like its natural end and it's what was meant to happen to it. But for now, game's still here and they're still putting out new stuff. I just want to go shoot aliens and shit. If you want to do that too, come along with me. Go bully this guy for the 27th time. But if you're like just tired, then don't feel bad about like not liking the game anymore or whatever. Just go pick up Warframe and join us there, and also have a good time with a really impressive game that deserves a lot more attention. And that's not to say like don't critique Destiny, because critique's always good. But if you're just going like, oh, that game, why are you even bothering? Shut down Bungie, like, okay, and you're just bitching the bitch, because maybe it gives you like some sort of sense of satisfaction, but it don't mean nothing. It's just like, okay, fine. We'll say, only game that should be getting that right now, Overwatch. I want nothing more. For everything that Overwatch and Blizzard have done to me, my mentality, my sanity, I need that game to get buried by Marvel Rivals. That game's earned it because it has done genuinely antagonistic things to its like community, with like, you know, how they've switched up their formula, how like both monetarily, gameplay wise, everything to just be like less fun orientated, more like suited for the competitive scene slash like just whatever made the corporate overlords happy. That it pissing me off in comp was one thing, but genuinely just like turning against the player base is actually insulting. So that's an example of a game that I feel like deserves it, and Rivals coming out and just being fun for the sake of fun, with a lot of just creativity, energy, and a heart to it, that deserves praise. So that's a better example of the whole situation, because if you were to like, what the hell was that? A whole frenzy over like, you know, oh, kill a game. Like, if you're Overwatch, yeah, Destiny is just like, you know, it's had its fucking ups and downs, like, perpetually. I've been there for every single one. For every fucking Taken King, there was a Curse of Osiris. And I've been through the highs and the lows, and the game just kind of keeps going back up and down. So I have no doubt it'll do it again. So if you want to talk about, like, you know, Bungie making poor decisions, definitely, by all means. Let's have a serious discussion about that, and then encourage Bungie to improve. Or say, like, hey, you're kind of losing us here because you're not demonstrating the care you used to have. If you're just going to, like, show up and, like, you know, throw a fucking hissy fit to, like, shit on people liking something you don't, I don't give a fuck. Go do what you do like. That's just that, really. I wanted to save that to the end, but I'm just, you know, grinding through shit now, so might as well just, like, go on a tangent and... Okay! Congratulations on jump scaring me, you fucking nerd.
The longer I am away from Europa, the more I understand the sorry state this system is in. Can't even hold
There
a
we go.
station orbiting your own planet.
I had suggested destroying the station with a missile strike, but the Coalition commanders talked me down. Apparently, it's too strategically important.
You live to tear down anything with my name on it, don't you? Without the station, you lose control of this entire situation.
And so do they. We take the bullets out of the gun, fix Rasputin, and manually realign his network afterwards.
Elsie, I get where you're coming from. But we can't gamble on that being ready before the witness shows up.
Yes, precisely. Listen to your sister, Elizabeth. Well, at least she understands.
Of Clovis. Fully gather what that's said there. But it wants. There it is. So activate a ritual desire with a legendary crumbling scripture using the Tome of Wand. Then complete an active ritual by powering it up, consuming charges for additional rewards. Consume a crumbling scripture in the ritual right section of the Tome of Wand to further influence and narrow the type of reward chosen by the other scripture in use. The scriptures can be found in episode activity chest, destroyed sigil stones, metastasized essentia, turned in at the withering slab. And while the Tome of Wand has an active ritual, powered up by completing playlist or episode activities, defeating powerful combatants in episode activities, or defeating other guardians. So in short, just to do shit, I guess. Probably Nether's gonna be the best place to go about this. Brain shut down again there. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, you can buy these here. Your first death does not consume a revive token. See materials, sigil shards, you retain a small portion of Essentia on failure. Healing orbs reduce cooldowns. Fully heal after completing a midnight encounter. It's 1:36 in the morning. Healing orbs provide overshield. Weapon icons become visible above taken chests. It's one major boon selection. Boon selection occurs at activity start and may be a major or corrupted boon. Then healing orbs are more effective. Do that for the sake of avoiding death. Sick. Asclepion. Oh. There we go. There's our little mythology reference in there. Stuff.
Transmatting you in, fire team.
It's named after Asclepius, Asclepius, however you like to pronounce it, son of Apollo, Greek god of medicine, more so than his father, because Asclepius was like able to basically medically treat a corpse back to life. I think. I think that was more so like a boast on like what he can do. He's just like capable of healing. And no, he himself was brought back to life. If I'm right. He's a lesser known one, so sometimes like the details escape me. But hello. To you guys? Wanted to know where it would go. I didn't expect it to drop me over here. Noted. Not nice. Isn't that the system? Finisher? Okay. You already have that. Okay. I will not question how long others have been granting this. Who the hell's dead? Oh. Never did that. The portal's gone. That's interesting. I'm coming. I don't fucking know where to go. Oh.
Oryx, my brother, is the bravest thing I know. Upon fundament, he learned that we were the natural prey of the universe. The most frail and desperate of things. He thought about this carefully, and he found a way to fix it. He made us strong. He will lead us into eternity.
That aversion anchor is ready and up. It's gonna spit out taken all across the system.
Stay over there. Try that one. It's got that choice again. I guess my main critique for the episode right now is like that was a very strong start, and now this feels like some really like heavy padding to like make you go through this whole like tome of want stuff and like show you how this all works because this is what like the last hour of like my last stream was, and it's already the first and half of this
Not
one.
anymore. She's dead.
That's all you have to say.
That's all.
This was hard on all of us. You know you aren't alone, right?
See, that's the thing, Thunderguns. We try to distract ourselves from it, but we're all alone.
Can't be alone. But he's mourning. Another one. Sure, okay, it's still getting progress. Melee ability faster. Change grenade ability faster. Congratulations. God damn it. My, oh. Since you gone for a second. Please keep looking at me. There we go. Okay, so that might have been another. Yep. Okay, so it's gonna make it through one more round, and that ought to do it. If we're all alone, neither do you. We've built a community in the city.
Not my community. There's no use putting my life on the line for it.
Stop throwing chaff. You chose that community every day. That's why the loss hurts. Why it demands justice. So we take it and put that justice between us and our enemies.
I'd envy you if you weren't so damn gullible. Justice. Does justice keep your heart from collapsing? No. Never does.
You can't escape the collapse. You just rebuild from it. That's what I'd say. But Jeff was just in a lot of pain, and dealing with somebody like going through the grieving process and they don't want to, like, you know, hear what anyone has to say can, like, feel tough, because in that moment it's like, you know, I get you're hurting and it feels like all you're doing is bitching, but it's also just a way of letting all that pain out to some degree. If you try and, like, just ignore it and keep working through it, then it can do you a hell of a lot worse. But, like, being open about how hurt you are, sometimes giving the anger, like, space to just, like, you know, scream out into the void about how, you know, the world is a fuck. You know, screw everyone and everything in it. It's sometimes a necessity. What are you shooting at? I don't get what he's doing there. This way. But I bring that up just to say, like, you know, as tough as it is, it's important to just be patient with people when, you know, they're just... What do I want to say? It's not indifferent, just... belligerent, isn't it, either? But when they're just in a state of pain and they just want to lash out at everything, I find it's good to just kind of step back and let them get that initial anger and frustration and rage out and just well, give yourself a little bit of catharsis, I guess.
You smell that? Sterile neutrinos. A virgin pulse far enough.
So I guess that also just applies as advice to yourself. If you feel bad about being pissed, I mean, you have every right to be. Like right there. That pisses me off. And if I were more the type to like scream at video games, then I would. End of the day, it's just a game. It's like it's all big game. Why you have to be made? So this kind of thing doesn't get me. But like just in general, just like when you going to somewhere you or somebody you know like loses a loved one, like just pay attention to like what they need, what they ask for, because if they want people to be around them and be there for them while they're grieving, then do so. If they want to be alone, then sometimes giving them the space can be a huge deal of help too. But space, but with a watchful eye, because of course there have been plenty who have said, leave me alone, and then the isolation does it worse. They end up doing regrettable shit. So when I say distance, I mean at arm's length, if that makes any sense. It's just this one. This isn't what she would have wanted. You know that.
What do you want? Some kind of sappy confession? I don't do those. I'm not gonna say she made me a better person. That wasn't on her. I am who I am, and I sure as hell ain't gonna say she's in a better place. She fought to live. I saw it in her eyes. She trusted me, and I failed her. That's it. She's dead. And I'm done talking.
Exactly what I mean. Like, pressing can make shit worse. I'll be mad. But that objective fucking says, I do it a third time. Sure you'll deny. Oh no, hold on. Motherfucker's finally back. An enigmatic token of favor contained marking to the Nine. The Nine do not wish to reveal the purpose for seeking your favor yet. While this item does not currently appear to have a purpose, guard it with your life, as it cannot be reacquired if discarded. Ay, Dios me bendiga. What? Probably gonna need me to do a lot more. Back into the thick of it here. See if we can finally appease Bungie here. Francis Wayframe. Nice. He's moving against each other. No, body. Hurt master alone. realized, you know, so I was thinking why there was so much crammed into this, and I forgot they changed the structure to be like, instead of just like, you know, all three episodes, like each releasing in bits, they would all be available at once. That's why it's just fucking taking me forever. Why does my brain just not function as intended?
You smell that? Sterile neutrinos. A virgin pulse. Fire enough.
What? Are you think you can run for me, boy? Exactly. It's- I, in particular, your bloodline. That's too fucking long. See, that makes me think, was this supposed to be like what Act 2, not Act 2, Act 1, Part 2, whatever, would have been just like, hey, here's the Tome of One, grind it out, bitch. Like, okay, there. I only had to do it once, then. Get this. Motherfucker, did you just say... Did that thing just... That thing did not just... Want me to grind this out. 8 more times. Scratching rage at my own subtitles. You're telling me that, like, the next steps are just keep grinding out this fucking tome. I fucking shoot myself. I just thought it was like, okay, here's some like interlude where you gotta like, do all this yes or whatever. It's a tutorial on how the Tome of Vault works. I got it after the first fucking time you made me go and like, oh, hey, here's this thing. Put in, the descriptions or whatever to get the loot you want, and then boom. I understand how the tome works, and it levels up the more you use it. Understood. Can I progress with the goddamn story now? Fuck me. Because if that's the case, I might just call it and then do the grinding shit on my own to skip that, then hop back in once, okay, it wants to have me go on my next, like, little bit of the story, whatever, God darn it. But, like, holy hell. Whose idea was that? Like, last time I was on, like, I was talking about how, like, whoever said the last, like, act of Revenant needed to be doing the fucking, like, keep or whatever 3 times was fucking dumb. Now, doing a tutorial 15 times. That is on a whole nother level of fuck shit. Fuck's alive. That's what I mean by critique, because odds of anybody who works at Bungie seeing this is like nil, but the repetition works in the gameplay loop. Like, just say like, oh, I want something to do, let me go like play some strikes or whatever, is one thing. Making the objective repeat this one thing over and over again if you want to progress is something else. Because at least in the first sense, it's just, oh, I, just want to go and do this. Versus, I, fucking, I want to progress with the story and see, like, what's gonna happen next. And the game just decided to derail and make me do this fucking, like, tome shit for fucking 5 ever. Every time I think I'm done with it, then it's like, okay, do it again. Alright, do it again. Okay, now do it again. Like, I get how the Tome of Want works. I don't need to do it 15 goddamn times. Holy shit. that I can understand that being like, major reason for like a turn off to the game because Warframe's a grind fest, but fuck, that's doing that for like, because you want something, like, in Warframe you start grinding because you want to unlock a Warframe or a weapon or something. Whenever there are story quests, they're short, but they make it meaningful. Like, every little like piece of story content ends up only being like an hour or so long, but like, it's just getting to the point and doing, you know, whatever the story requires. Not like, hey, here's like a really good hook, a good intro. Now we're gonna detour and, make you grind this thing like over and over again before you can go and get anywhere further. That shouldn't be a part of it. Like, story shit should just be the story, and then you can put the grind shit afterwards. That so that you do that to earn a specific reward that you're interested in. Instead of like fucking making it goddamn mandatory. I'm just focusing on like doing this shit just to get it over with, because I might as well do this like one last time here, and then I'll just grind out the rest on my own, and then continue with the season from there. It's hitting me. Like, you know what? Just fucking delete her from existence. There we go. I almost forgot. I am a god! Blasphemy. Blasphemy upon myself. I can't say the season is just, pouring the rewards out, because fuck. No! I want it. That's about as good a place to stop as any. Be like fucking up yet another thing. But, That looks better. Anyway, though, I guess like I said, we'll call it there and like get this shit out of the way before pick up and like take care of the remainder of, you know, whatever's in Act One. And then, you know, then we wait a couple weeks or months or so. I forget the time frame till Act Two comes out, and then we pray that Bungie does not do this shit again. But now they've introduced the mechanics here, so like that's this is gonna probably be the end of it once we get through there. But that being said, though, if you found this video on YouTube and decided to stick through it as I kind of just awkwardly like sat there waiting for something to happen, I apologize, but thank you for sticking around though. It means more than I can say. I'm not one to ask for, the likes and follows and stuff, but if you do, again, that's appreciated as well. That said though, I hope you have a good day and may your path forward be laden with blessings. You take care of yourself and you have a good one. Go ahead here and I'm gonna move this over. There we go. That makes more sense. So now, when I wrap up, I could just go peace.